How's it going? My presentation is on the nursing licensure compact, and we're going to talk about what that is. It is essentially your multi-state license. Instead of when you graduate and you pass your NCLEX and you're getting your license and getting just your single state where you reside in, you could get a multi-state nurse licensure compact which includes 43 states. And the way it works is you get your state's license, but it can be recognized throughout the 43 states that, hey, I could practice here. And this works for your working in person and telehealth. So, why would you get one? Because if you get it once, you don't ever have to get it again. So, say you're living in Louisiana and you want to go work in Mississippi or Texas, you can go there and work without having to worry about having that license for that state. So, being having that license ensures that it's cheaper because you're not having to pay for that license to take their board state, or same thing with it saves a lot of time because you're not studying to or having the time to take that exam to be able to get the license in that state. So the pros of getting this is that it improves access to care, especially for like telehealth patients. They're able to talk to their doctors across state lines, which leads to faster responses between doctor and patient, and advancing career options. It allows, more jobs for people that work in telehealth and across state lines. If your significant other has to travel for work and you want to follow them around, you can. The cons, patient protection and disciplinary concerns, which if you screw up in one state and say you're not allowed to practice in the state of Louisiana no more, you could go and be a nurse in Texas if they allow it, which essentially um, you have a bad nurse now in another state that's not allowed to practice one state but could practice in the next, which that goes back to patient safety. Got to make sure that when you're in that state, you follow their laws, their practice. Because in one state, that might not be allowed what you could do in the next state. So, patient-centered care, healthcare, and policy. Uh, just know the state's law where you're practicing, and everything should be good. Uh, More safety, especially when you're traveling a lot. You're running a whole bunch of new policies, going through a whole bunch of systems. So it's good to know that when you're traveling around, that you know the policy for the hospital and what they practice. And even when you just gotta always double check for the process that one state does because you don't want to assume this the same as the last state you were in. And practice in many different states and workflows can help improve systems because you're able to see a lot, and maybe something you did at the last hospital worked over there. So you might suggest something to help improve the quality of this one. Reflection question: how can practice in multiple states impact patient safety? And that's it.